So my nephew asked me to make him a card holder like the one you see in the image here. Now that's all I had to go off of, but it wasn't super complicated. Four sides, holds cards, has a space in the middle. I see holes on the top there, so I'm assuming magnets, because that makes sense. To put a lid on there, you don't want to have to do a lot of work, just boom, click, magnets. So I decided to mock one up and see what I can make. I came up with this. Four sides, hole in the middle, magnets. But I added a lazy Susan, and I did it lazily, so it doesn't quite turn correctly. It grinds on the bottom a little bit. Figured out how to adjust
Amazing.
that, make some other changes. But I've got my magnets up top. Things look pretty decent. Went multicolor. Notice how it turns on its own sometimes when it's not level? Yeah. Then I made a little top for it, which somehow I got paint on there. I don't remember exactly how that happened, but I'll figure it out. But I tested out the lid. I noticed that, okay, I didn't check the polarity of the magnet. So three sides want to close, one side does not. Son of a gun. Not a big deal. But as you notice, it just keeps wanting to come off of there. So I immediately made a second one. Not because of that, but just because I was trying something different. And on the second one, I realized, oh yeah, my painting, I didn't let it dry. Things kind of leaked out of the edge. Not a big deal, but look at that. Magnets. Perfect. Sits down just like it's supposed to. So I took all those lessons, and I went and created one a little differently. I got rid of the Lazy Susan. I've just got edges there. You can see the top corner is a little messed up because of glue, but I'll explain that later. The lid looks good. The magnets, I embedded them inside. So as it prints, you pause it, you put your magnets in, a dab of glue, so they stay in there and don't get pulled out by the nozzle, and then continue printing. So, looks pretty decent. The glue caused some issues. It got on the nozzle, so when it was trying to lay out the top layer, it came off. But if you notice here, all the sides are separate. So that way you can slide them in and out. I put little magnets in there so they stay pretty well. It sticks very nicely. So that way I don't have to worry about color changing during the print. I can just print everything separate colors, put it together. It looks pretty baller. But I figured, hey, since I'm doing iterations, let's see what else I can do. Let's add some lights to the lid. So I did my little I know nothing about lights, got it all stuck together very jankily. Turns off and on, works pretty good. So I tossed it in there, and that's the outcome. Not horrible, but still something to work on. So I might go back to the Lazy Susan and see what I can do with that.